everybody. I'm here with Cyber. Cyber is a thoroughbred stallion, and we're going to do a little demo for you. And the first part of this demo is actually, I'm going to show you how I'm going to get Cyber. So a lot of people will walk right up to their horse and get them to come with them, or put a halter on them or lead them to where they want them to be. But I see a lot of people complaining about the lack of connection with their horse. So this is where it begins. So Cyber, I'm not going to just walk up to him and get him. I'm going to walk up close enough for him to know that I'm there and to acknowledge me. I'm going to ask him if he wants to come with me. So this is not something that he has to do. This is something that I'm asking him if he wants to participate in. So here we go. Never mind, I'm not going to go get him because he came to me. Hey, Cyber. Okay, so since Cyber came to me and I didn't have to go anywhere, I went ahead and reinforced that because I do like that he comes up beside me like this. When you first start clicker training with your horse, and your horse is kind of excited about the food, you may find that some of this behavior makes you a little uncomfortable. And you may be really tempted out of habit from previous training methods or ways that you are accustomed to handling your horses. You may find yourself really tempted to push your horse off of you. So push their face away, push their body away, whatever it may be. So it's understandable because, of course, horses are really big and they can be kind of scary when they're all over you like this. Hi, sweetie. Hi. But positive reinforcement training relies on your horse being able to offer behaviors. It also relies on the relationship that you have with your horse. So pushing your horse physically all the time is not really conducive to either of those things, right? It can be really punishing. Your horse can really either be annoyed by it or feel uncomfortable with it. They may just walk away and decide not to participate in whatever you're doing, or they may get aggressive with you. Cyber here, being as he is a stallion, I would definitely not want to be trying to push him around because it's quite likely that he would get really annoyed and try to bite me. So pushing your horse around is not something that you want to do. Right? Okay. So what do you do instead? So if you're really uncomfortable, your horse is all over you like this. He's trying to get the food. He's nuzzling in your pocket, stealing from your treat pouch, standing right over you, bumping into you, circling around you. Whatever it is that your horse is doing that makes you uncomfortable and makes you feel like you need to push him out of your space. Instead, leave the pen, okay? It sounds like such a simple solution, but I'm so surprised at how many people actually miss this. This is why we recommend to people to work in protected contact. Because if you have a barrier between you, then you can focus on the training and you're not worried about all these behaviors that your horse is doing. So you can get the behaviors that you're looking for without feeling uncomfortable yourself, right? It also sets your horse up for success because they're limited in the amount of behaviors that they can offer. So they're more likely to offer the ones that you want, and then they're getting reinforced for that. So they can learn. It's a much easier environment for both of you. So protected contact is the way to go if you are really uncomfortable with some of the things that your horse is doing when you're together. The other option, if protected contact's really difficult to set up, or if you just don't want to do it for whatever reason, instead of always pushing your horse away from you, use the way that you deliver the food to move your horse around. So Cyber here, in this case, let me see if I can get him to crowd me a little bit here. So if I don't want Cyber here right on top of me, okay, as soon as he offers some semblance of a behavior that I do want, then I'm going to click for that, but I'm going to move him to where I want him to be to reinforce him. So instead of, when you saw, his head was right over me. Let me see if I can get him to do it again. So his head's right over me, and his nose is headed towards my treat pouch. And I don't, of course, want this. So I'm going to wait till he gives me something, some approximation towards what I do want, which there it is. So all I did was just move his nose away from the food. There we go. Away. So I took advantage of that, clicked, but then I reinforced him. I didn't reinforce him right here where his nose was. I reinforced him back here where I want his nose to be. And now that his nose is there, I can click again and continue to reinforce him here where his nose should be. So instead of pushing him away from me, I just delivered the food somewhere other than where he was so that I could get him to back up off of me. Good boy.